In this video, we give you a short overview of the Reloop Jockey 3's basic functions. For starters, we want to make you familiar with the input section. With these input switches, you can influence the input routing as well as the assignment of both controller sides of your jockey. If the input switches are on deck A or C and deck B or D, you control the virtual Traktor decks AD. In case the input switches are in the in1 or in2 position respectively, the virtual Traktor decks will be mute and you can mix connected analog devices such as CD players or turntables with the Jockey 3. Via the input routing switches on the front side, it is also possible to determine where your external device's signal should be routed to. The signal is either routed to the Traktor software in order to enhance your vinyl tracks with Traktor's internal effects, for example, or the input signal is routed directly to master through the mixer. In master routing position, you can use the Jockey 3 as standalone mixer and you can mix your music directly without the need for a computer. Now let's take a look at track navigation. Finding the right track with your Jockey 3 controller can be done easily and quickly. Up here you can find the tracks encoder and the thereto belonging deck load buttons. By turning the large tracks encoder, you can navigate through your music library and find a suitable track. When pressing the tracks encoder once, browser view will be maximized for better overview. Pressing the encoder once more will return the display to normal view. Hold down the Shift key to change individual folders in the directory tree. While you hold down the Shift key, you can navigate through your favorite folders with the deck load buttons. Have you found a track? If so, assign it to the active deck by using the deck load button. Via the input switches, you can determine to which deck the track should be assigned to. And now let's continue with the transport section. The transport section is located down here and it consists of 4 extra large rubberized buttons for fast access. The play-pause button is quite self-explanatory. Press it in order to start or pause a track respectively. With the cue button right beside it, you can jump to the last cue point. In pause mode you can set a new cue point. The cup button stands for cue and play. During playback you can return to the cue point by pressing this button. Only when releasing the button, the track's playback will start. This is perfect for letting a track start on the beat. Simply pressing a button is enough to synchronize two tracks. This way troublesome beat matching is a thing of the past. If you press and hold the Shift button, you can activate and deactivate further interesting functions with the transport section. The play-pause button activates the key lock function, also known as master tempo. This function avoids key changes while the track speed is being adjusted. As Traktor PRO user, you can switch between FX mode, change and advanced with the cue button. With the cup button you can manually tap the BPM for the selected deck. And with the sync button you can activate the master deck function for the active deck. Now let's have a look at our new extra flat Jogwheel. The new Jockey 3's Jogwheel is extra large with a diameter of 13 cm and thanks to the vinyl grip coating it's also very handy. The 4 different Jogwheel modes make the Jogwheels become the central control unit of your Jockey 3. And thanks to the high resolution of 4096 impulses per rotation, they work with extreme precision. As long as none of the jog modes is active, the Jogwheel is deactivated in order to avoid accidental track movements with the jog. The first mode with the record symbol is called vinyl mode. Herewith you can scratch your track virtually, similar to what you may know from a regular turntable. As the Jogwheel surface is touch sensitive, you can simply stop a track search for the right position and scratch the beat just like with regular vinyl. Additionally, you can also pitch bend a track at the jogwheel's edge. This means that you can temporarily increase or decrease the track's pitch. This way it is possible to synchronize the beat again, just like with regular turntables. The second mode is called Quick Search Mode, displayed on the button with a magnifier. Thanks to this mode, it is possible to access a desired position within a track in no time. This is perfect for finding a break, vocal or groove. In pitch bend mode, displayed on the jockey via a round arrow, you can steplessly pitch bend a track similar to CD players. Useful for synchronizing a track, thus increasing or decreasing the track speed temporarily. The fourth mode is a track search mode. This mode maximizes browser view like when pressing the track's encoder. Here you can comfortably and quickly search for a new track via the Jogwheel. The mixer section is arranged in a classic way. Above the crossfader and line faders, you will find the Q button for activation of the monitoring function and a 3-fold equalizer, including a gain dial for volume adjustment per channel. In order to monitor the single levels, we have integrated an LED chain for modulation. In order to simulate a premix in your headphones and to see whether it's really as desired, you can use this Q-Mix mini crossfader and fade the Q signal to master signal. Master, boost and headphones volume can be adjusted via these centrally positioned potentiometers. The master section styles are not MIDI dials, they have been implemented as hardware. This way you have the volume of analog devices and virtual decks under control in equal measure. The crossfader curve can be adjusted on the front side via this dial, from long for smooth fading to cut for fast cuts. In the second part of the feature overview, we are going to show you the loop and effect sections as well as some advanced adjustments.